This wind represents ancient and eternal. This ocean represents the ocean within every human being. And this ocean is an ocean of consciousness. And it is a big ocean. It is unbounded and infinite. And this ocean of consciousness within has qualities. So it is an ocean of infinite intelligence, creativity, happiness, known as bliss, infinite universal love, energy, dynamic peace. When a human being, any human being, dives within and experiences this ocean, swims in this ocean, life gets better and better and better. This is the within that they've always been talking about throughout time. Ladies and gentlemen, change truly begins within. This is a donut. It is very sweet and very good. But if you'd never tasted a donut, you wouldn't really know how sweet and how good a donut is if you'd never had that experience. Transcendental meditation is like that. Transcendental meditation gives an experience much sweeter than the sweetness of this donut. It gives the experience of the sweetest nectar of life, pure bliss consciousness. As Maharishi says, those who don't know, they don't know. Those who know, they enjoy. I hope this following documentary gives you some good news about the sweetness of life. They say negativity is just like darkness. And so you look at darkness and you say, wait a minute, darkness isn't really anything. It's the absence of something. So it doesn't matter how dark the night has been, when the sun comes up, automatically, without trying, the sunlight removes the darkness. Sunlight doesn't remove negativity, but this light of unity removes negativity just like sunlight removes darkness. Negativity is just the absence of that all-powerful bliss and all-powerful love, all-powerful energy, dynamic peace, harmony, coherence. You enliven that and negativity lifts away. It can't live in that light. This ocean represents the ocean within every human being. And this ocean is an ocean of consciousness. And it is a big ocean. This here represents the surface of life. Surface. And we see surfaces, surfaces. And about 300 years ago, scientists, they started wondering what was this wood and what was this metal and what was it really? So they start looking into matter. So this side is matter and this side is mind. Mind and matter. And the scientists, well, they discovered molecules. Deeper they went, and they discovered these atoms. And like I say, they thought that was the smallest particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper, and they find inside the atoms these little electrons and neutrons and protons. And they went deeper and deeper and deeper, smaller and smaller particles, smaller and smaller particles. They found 4 forces. On a deeper level, the 4 became 3. And on a deeper level, the 3 became 2. And then, about 30 years ago, modern science, quantum physics, discovered the unified field. The unity of all the particles and all the forces of matter, of creation. Not only did they discover the unified field, but they found that everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest. It is unmanifest. It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists know this exists, but if they wanted to get there, you can't get there. It's unmanifest. You can't walk into this field. But any one of those scientists could practice a technique, transcendental meditation, which, remember, true happiness is not out there. You're given a mantra. A mantra, a very specific sound, vibration, thought. Very specific. It needs to be life-supporting at all deeper levels. And that mantra that you're given, that Maharishi gives, the key that opens the door. The mantra turns the mind within. Turns the awareness within. And you naturally dive. Why is it natural? Because each deeper level of mind and each deeper level of intellect has more happiness. And the deeper levels of mind and deeper levels of intellect correspond to deeper levels of matter. At the borderline of intellect, you transcend. Transcend is the key word. It means to go beyond. You're going beyond field of relativity, duality, experiencing oneness. Pure, unbounded, infinite consciousness. It is unbounded and infinite. And this ocean of consciousness within has qualities. So it is an ocean of infinite intelligence, creativity, happiness, known as bliss. This consciousness has qualities, infinite creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, and bliss. Dynamic peace. Always been there, never had a beginning, it is and it will be forever. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, immutable, immortal consciousness. fullness. Any human being can experience this easily and effortlessly with transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is just a vehicle to get you here. When you experience this level, you enliven it, and it grows in the individual. So if you started with a ball of consciousness this big, everyone has consciousness. Consciousness is the way to understand consciousness. If you took it away, you'd see what it really is. If there wasn't any consciousness, we wouldn't exist. And if we did exist, we wouldn't know it. It's the I amness of life. It is life itself. Infinite universal love, energy, dynamic peace. When a human being, any human being, dives within and experiences this ocean, swims in this ocean, life gets better and better and better. Because we're all on the surface of life, and we all have consciousness, but we don't all have the same amount of consciousness. The potential for the human being is infinite consciousness, enlightenment. If you take this mental technique, you get a mantra. Maharishi's mantra turns the awareness within, and you naturally dive through subtler levels of mind, intellect, and you reach the border of intellect, and you transcend, and you experience the unbounded, infinite, eternal ocean of consciousness. When you transcend, you're there. It's a field of infinite happiness, bliss they call it, infinite intelligence, infinite creativity, infinite love, infinite energy. You experience this, and the experiencing of it enlivens it. You infuse it, and whatever ball of consciousness you had at the beginning starts to expand, and all those positive qualities start to expand. And when consciousness expands, you're literally making the unconscious conscious. Now when thoughts come up, you can catch them at a deeper level. Expand the consciousness, catch thoughts, ideas at a deeper level. Huge thing for the artist. Ocean of all knowingness. You infuse that. Intuition grows. What was happening to you, and I think in the thing, is that you just started feel thinking. Not intellectualizing, but intuiting a thing. So the experience comes, you don't get, the intellect will take you only so far. You were intuiting. Now, for the artist, intuition is the number one tool. If it was just intellectual, you could get it in a book. But intuition is a thing. It's more than emotion. It's more than just a gut thing. It's a kind of knowing. Knowing when something isn't correct, knowing how to make it correct. Taking in information and knowing what it is. So beautiful. This is the within that they've always been talking about throughout time. Ladies and gentlemen, change truly begins within. Tied to consciousness is all this. Creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, bliss, dynamic peace, all positive. Light of unity, all positive. You experience this level, and you enliven it, and this ball of consciousness that you thought was just going to stay the same for the rest of your life starts expanding, and these qualities expand. So day by day, you're growing creativity, intelligence, love, energy, and this ball of consciousness is now expanding and you're owning unconscious or subconscious more and more and more. Side effect of the growth of this consciousness is negativity starts to recede, tension, I write all these things, stress, anxiety, sorrow, depression, anger, hate, fear, all starts to go. Can't live in the light of this. You give a student this technique. It's easy to do. It's not concentration, it's not contemplation. Concentration, contemplation keep you right on the surface. You're not transcending. It's this field that does everything for the human being. This field. And you experience this field when you really get there and transcend. This is transcendental consciousness. It's, there's so many names for this field. The Tao, Kingdom of Heaven, all these names for this one field, the absolute, totality. In Vedic language, this field is called Atma. A-T-M-A, means the self, with a capital S. Know thyself. Get there. Know it by being it. Unfold it. And what you're doing is unfolding your full potential as a human being. Your full potential of the beautiful human being is called enlightenment. And people can unfold their enlightenment. The meaning of life. So cool. The meaning of life is totality. Everything. More than the most. Smaller than the smallest. Larger than the largest. Totality. The human being is an exquisite being, and we have a potential. And that potential is called enlightenment, fulfillment, total fulfillment, liberation, salvation. And it's huge, supreme enlightenment. That's the meaning of life, the meaning. Know it by being it. Poison to the artist, poison to the environment, poison to the human being. Lifts away without trying. But it's not that you become numb and sleepy and don't want to work. You get more energy, more enjoyment of the doing. And negativity lifting means that conduit of the flow of ideas, the flow of creativity, is not cramped by that. Negativity restricts that flow. So, and you can still have righteous anger, being very strongly for something or against something, beautiful. But the kind of anger that is just bitter, just like selfish kind of anger, no one wants to be around this kind of person, and the person's poisoning themselves. The person can't work so good. That's mind control. Negativity is really mind control. Depression controls the mind now. Can't work. Anger controls the mind. You can't work. Sorrow. Some people hold sorrow for years. And you want to visit them and cheer them up, but it doesn't do anything. Get them the chance to transcend and watch what happens. Sorrow will lift away. They'll be back on the road. Like the thirsty man, you can sit with your empty glass and imagine water, and it will not quench your thirst. You can sit and wish for water, but it won't fill that glass up. But if you dip that glass in the cool water of the well and bring it up and drink it, it will quench your thirst. There's no denying this experience of transcending. This is the within that they've always been talking about throughout time. Ladies and gentlemen, change truly begins within.
Started 34 years ago to go deeper and deeper into that spiritual journey, but it's lately only that you decided to go public about it more and more. What was the ignition point, or in your life or in the world, that made you want to talk about it? What happened?
This right here. Water the root, peace greeting group. This one here, I don't know what.
Over there.
This is the individual here, and the same phenomenon happens with a group. Lots and lots of people, square root of 1% of a population. So, like I said, for France, 750 to 1,000 do the thing. A group, quadratically more powerful than the same number scattered about. And this is a thing, like they, my friend Dr. John Hagelin says, if you have two loudspeakers and they're separated, you have one volume, you put the two next to each other, you got the equivalent of 4 loudspeakers. You put 3, you've got suddenly the 9. It's called constructive interference. It's a real thing. A group, close, doing the program, advanced techniques. Day by day. Just like when you want to get electricity to the people, you build a power plant, generate that electricity, and they get it. And you want that power plant to stay. They got their computers running, their TVs running, the whole kitchen's running, and day by day, you're generating electricity. Day by day, you're generating dynamic peace. Beautiful thing. Human beings like a light bulb. And we enjoy that light inside, but we also radiate it. We affect our environment. Everybody knows that. You go into a room filled with felicite, bliss, and the power of that is so beautiful to be in. And this group radiates that. Side effect, negativity goes. Enmity in the enemy goes. Without trying. Unified field. That's our big, big, big friend. This is all the thing tied to peace. It gets to the point where you couldn't hurt another human being. It would be like hurting yourself. This is the way it is supposed to be. It's not the way it is, but it would be so beautiful. But the key is there. This feeling, it just grows and it's real. And so it reaches a point where you just wouldn't ever think to hurt another human being. And you travel in real peace, you travel and you meet friends, not enemies. The light of unity destroys the enmity in an enemy, destroys negativity. There's no more enemy. When you transcend, you go beyond thought. You just experience pure consciousness. It's like silence, but lively silence. It's like dynamic. And when you come out of there, the dive in is like that, but when you come out, the splash of that diving in is bliss. Bliss. Bliss is also intelligence. Bliss is love. Bliss is energy. Because it's one thing, but you feel it as intense happiness. And the mind can sing with bliss. So it's two things. It's emotion and intellect, just sort of singing in bliss. And all these emotions that are positive in life just get more intense. But negative emotions, like sorrow, for instance, everybody knows some people that are just sad and they hold on to sorrow. Let them start diving within and experience the big ocean of bliss, happiness, and that sorrow will lift away. I believe in this thing they call the wheel of birth and death, that we are all on a wheel of being born, living, dying, spending some time on the other side, and then getting born and living and dying until we gain what they call supreme enlightenment. And that's the only way to get off the wheel of birth and death. So we've all been around and around and around many, many times, I think, and we're charged by how we treat our fellow man. Whatever we do to anyone else, we are in effect doing the exact same thing to ourselves. It's really something. We have free will, but there's still certain things that are going to take place because we've been at it for a long time. It's just the way it is. And that's why, to me anyway, it's extremely important to transcend every day. Transcendental meditation, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, so you can unfold your full potential, which is enlightenment, and get off that wheel and realize that your totality, that you get liberated, you get total fulfillment. You've done the thing you were meant to do, and you don't have to get born and die. You got immortality then. It's a beautiful thing. We're all in this trip together. Keep at it. It's such a tricky business. You want to do your art, but you've got to live. So you've got to have a job, and then sometimes you're too tired to do your art. But if you love what you're doing, you're going to keep on doing it anyway. Stay true to yourself. Let your voice ring out, and don't let anybody fiddle with it. Never turn down a good idea, but never take a bad idea. And meditate. I've been very lucky. Along the way, there are people who help us. I've had plenty of those people in my life who've helped me go to the next step. And you get that help because you've done something, so you have to keep doing it. So much of what happened to me is good fortune, but I would say, try to get a job that gives you some time. Get your sleep and a little bit of food, and work as much as you can. There's so much enjoyment in doing what you love. Maybe this will open doors, and you'll find a way to do what you love. I hope you do.
I would like to invite on stage one more time David Lynch.
May everyone be happy. May everyone be free of disease. May auspiciousness be seen everywhere. May suffering belong to no one. Peace.